How's it going? Oh, let me fix this. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing somewhat better. Hang on. Let me just say hi to everybody in a second. Let me clean my glasses here. Oh, hello. How's everybody doing today? Let me pop out the chat and say hello. Oh, no, I did that wrong. I have to pop out. I'm still a little on the fibro fog side. Participants, Betty Randall, Seashell Surf, Lynn Marie, Malka Ringle, hi, darling. Sinwa, Rosie Slade, Sherry Leach, Seashell, Jerry Carey, and Mama's Reborn Pumpkin Patch. Let's get back over here and pop out the chat. Let's hit, oh no, I did that backwards. I'm doing everything. Everything's coming out backwards for some reason. Let me pop that out. Bring it on over here. And say hi to everybody. How are you? How's it going? Oh, no, I'm on top chat. I got to do live chat. For those of you who saw the tea break, you know, it's been a rough week. It's been a rough week, but I'm okay. I mean, I'm just going to take, do you know why it was a rough week? Because I spent a lot of energy putting together previews and giveaways and stuff. And oh, speaking of giveaways, everything's getting mailed out this week. The Plano Paws and the kitchenware.net stuff is all getting mailed out this week. Okay, I'm sorry if things are late, but I kind of wanted to finish it all and do one mass mailing because that's just the way it's got to be. Oh, and if you've sent me, some people have sent me and said, yay, I won, and gave me your address, but you didn't tell me what you won. So please email me back and tell me what you won with your address. And there are folks who said, yeah, I won, but didn't send me their address or tell me what they won. Right? So please, I've sent a couple of emails out saying, what did you win? Or what's your address, right? Hey, Trina Bomer, how are you, darling? Well, I try and come on every Sunday, honey. Whatever works for you, we totally understand. Okay. Hi, Lori. Why? What's going on with Carol? Hi, Carol. How are you, sweetheart? Carol McKinney. Okay, good. Good. Mary Jane Weeds. Hey, Country Girl 29. Happy Sunday, Bev, and everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Michelle Maria, Jean Phillips, and Deborah Gilmore. Country Girl 29. Aloha, Seashell. How are you, darling? I live vicariously through you. I astro travel every once in a while, and I come and visit you, and I look at the sunsets and stuff. So I kind of wore myself out, and I have a quilt to finish in that. So yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot of videos, but there is going to be some updates. I have another garden update coming, and I will be doing another quilt date as soon as I finish the last block in this row, because I'm going to be rolling the quilt frame down to the next row. And somebody said they wanted me to videotape that. So I will do another garden quilt update this week. Howie has cleaned up the dog poop, and he patched the pool and got the sidewall up. So yay, things are getting done. Hey, Autumn Gypsy, Brenda here. Hi, darling. Kathy Miller, Michelle Maria, G-Man, Kim Solomon, Nana. Hey. And I got up and the sun was shining and it was warm, and I got an email from my accountant who said, no, that's not actually how much you owe. Thank you, God. It's only like, several $1,000s, not, in the tens of thousands of dollars. So, hey, Karen Doc, Corey C. Hey, Knack Morris. Hi, how are you? So, I woke up and I got good news there. Well, it's still bad news, but it's better than it was. And the sun was shining and the pool's been fixed and the dog crap's cleaned up. And so it's a good day. It's a good day. Now, I'm thinking, the bacon potato cheese pie? I've been talking about this for a while, but do you remember the bacon potato cheese pie recipe I did of Chef Michael Smith's? But I added onions. I'm thinking of adding something else, but I'm thinking of taking it out of a pie altogether and making it into a loaf. What think you on that, folks? 1 to 3 inches possible snow here in Indiana Tuesday. Well, now the temperature has dropped and the clouds have rolled in. So I'm going to go and take some of the straw that I uncovered from the garlic beds, and I think I'm going to put them on my onion bed, and maybe on my neeps and my parsnips and my rutabagas, because we may be getting snow this week. So, well, thank you. It is the bow that came with my devil horns. I don't call them devil horns. I call them goat horns. But they came with my horns, and I just stuck it to a headband because I just think it's a saucy little thing, right? So, yeah, in a loaf, and then like maybe it started off in a bread pan, because I don't want to make a whole friggin' pie because it's just Howie and I, right? No, not snow. Is that Heather? Hi, Heather. Janie Simone. Is it Simon or Simone? Oh, there's no E, so it's Simon. What about a dip of gluten-free, anti-inflammatory diet, folks? Neuropathy. I have a whole playlist of when I dabbled in gluten-free. And all I can tell you is me going gluten-free just about tried to kill me. It took 2 weeks. And I had to be medicated for gas. It was so bad. So I figure if I ever go gluten-free, I'm just going to keep it simple and just keep those things out. I'm not going to try and replace bread. I'm not going to try and replace, pastries and stuff like that. Why? Because it doesn't matter. Because I found out I was reacting to all the additives that you have to put into the flours to make bread and stuff. Yeah, Mother Nature's having a hot flash. I can't decide whether to keep the window open or close it. Hey, Chaos, what's your daughter's name? Hey, Granny. Oh, I know. And I planted my Spanish mammoth peppers didn't come up. But Sherry, the seeds you sent me, somebody else sent me seeds too. I planted some peppers. I started some peppers and they're just little babies. So I'm hoping they will do well enough that I'll be able to plant them. Yes, just eliminate the breads, not gluten-free. Like just eliminate the stuff. See, I think part of the trap of eating gluten-free is people want to be gluten-free but still have all the things that they want to have, like pierogies and noodles and bread and cakes and stuff like that. Well, if you just say, well, I can't have those anymore. And maybe on the rare occasion you got company coming and you want to make a cake or something, go buy a gluten-free cake mix, right? But don't try and replace those everyday things because A, they're not probably healthy to begin with. And B, you're going to end up creating a whole new batch of problems by trying to keep your diet like it was before going gluten-free, but as gluten-free. You know what I mean? Aren't exactly healthy either. I'm currently eating homemade hummus with kohlrabi. How do you eat kohlrabi? What do? I peel it up and slice it like a cracker or something? And is it spicy? It looks like something that would taste like a raw cabbage stem. Oh no, honey, me and you, Heather, Oh, sweetheart, I got so many seeds right now. Um, Now, what was I going to talk about? Let's talk about trolls for a second. Let's talk about trolls for a second. Please, please, please do not talk to me in all caps. Only put Bev if you need to get my attention in all caps. Don't use any more than 2 emojis because I've discovered, I think I figured something out. Do you remember all the trolls that made live streaming impossible for us? And we kept bitching to YouTube. Fix this issue. Fix this issue. I think they fixed the issue. Now, they've got some kind of digital ghost moderator in practice. They must have. Because A, we're not getting a whole lot of trolls. I haven't seen any really, except, from the factory where they turn them out, with cookie cutters. And every once in a while, someone will make a statement in all caps, or someone will put too many emoticons, and they will get timed out or even booted by this ghost digital moderator. Because look at me, my hands are free. Okay, I'm not booting anybody. So I think YouTube did what it had to do to clean up the troll problem that all us live streamers were complaining about, right? Does that make sense? I think it's kohlrabi. I got it from the grocery store. I dabbled it in some container gardening last year, but this year we have a huge garden built, so new to gardening. Need medicinal gardening. Okay, when I had to go gluten-free, I had to eliminate wheat, so I switched to unbleached flour, and it worked. My son Arthur is determined that my pain issues are all caused by gluten. So who knows? Maybe I'll go there. What happened to the bot mod? Oh, I had to get rid of my bot mod. My Magic Mike, I had to get rid of Magic Mike. Magic Mike only operates for the live streams on my reading channel now. But I removed all the digital moderators because they were just timing people out left, right, and center. And I think YouTube finally figured it out. And they have a digital moderator. They must have to sit in the, that operates kind of like Magic Mike. Okay. But it says but when it boots or times somebody out, it says that we're doing it or my moderator's doing it. No, I'm not. And my moderator seems to be a ghost moderator put out there by YouTube. So, you know what? There is no great gain without a little loss. Let's reverse that, right? There is no great gain, which is YouTube's obviously handling the trolls. The trolls that are coming in during live streams. I had a Cal, hi darling. Hi Bev, I had a great day today. I found a really old clay pipe in local river. Oh wow. An old Marmite jar too. Forged wild garlic and mustard garlic today too. Oh, that's awesome, Cal. Kohlrabi is like a white radish. Oh yeah, they were on steroids. Absolutely agree, Chaos. So Chaos, whose birthday is it today? And do you want me to sing? I'm not asking to. I'm just saying. Usually birthdays are mentioned because somebody wants to hear their song sang. So, oh, that's awesome. So, if you think about it, hey, Leanne, I'm still under the weather. But, it's getting better. I feel like I'm beginning to come out the other side. Like I've spent a lot of time in bed. And for those of you who follow me on TikTok, well, I'm pretty sure the bitch factories got their following too, so that they can show up and be assholes. But sorry. That is exciting. That is exciting. You're right, Mary Jane. Utter chaos. They were bots on steroids. Please. Okay, I missed the name, Chaos. I also think if you make several posts in a row or repeat yourself multiple times, it boots you. Notice that with a couple of regulars. Right. And don't make your posts too long, I guess. I don't know how it works. Nobody gave me their instructions. No instructions whatsoever. Michelle, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear sweet Michelle. Happy birthday to you from all of us in the chat. Mwah! Um, I'm starting to come out the other side, but it's still a rough ride. And you know what? I'm taking, like, everybody seems to think I don't work, but I'm taking some time off, a little bit of time off to I'm taking some time off so that I can get the quilt done, get my garden in, and you'll be getting quilt and garden updates. That's about it, unless I cook something, right? I'm kind of used to it. I rambled and got booted. Happy. Yeah. Bev, I missed live reading. I listened to you last night and fell asleep. I have to go back. God love you, darling. Well, I have 3 more chapters on Sarah D. Thank you. Got my flower beds done and some garden lots to do yet. Well, good for you, Sarah D. And thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Hey, Candy, how are you? Well, when I'm going full steam, I'm putting out a video a day on 2 channels. No, when I'm going full steam, I'm putting out a video a day on this channel and 3 on my reading channel. And that, it does take a lot. It does take a lot. That's why my live streams here are down to once a week, right? Because I've chosen Tuesdays and Thursdays right now to be my sit at the quilt frame days. And if you want me to do a tea break while I'm sitting at the quilt frame where you don't actually see me, you just watch my hands while I talk, let me know. I know that's not some people's bag, but I mean, maybe you could send me some questions and I could answer them during a video while I'm quilting. So if you have anything you want to ask me about gardening, quilting, cooking, or canning, and if I know it, I will answer you on that video while I'm quilting so that you get to see me quilt, but you also get some content other than just watching my hands work. Does that make sense? Bev, you are your own boss. Therefore, you can manage your time. And when you have energy and feel somewhat okay, get tasks done. Well, there's a problem with that, Malka, because I don't live alone and I have a dog as well. So, I mean, I've already dropped the Cooking with Cannabis channel. I mean, it's there, but there's no videos on it. The video, any new Cooking with Cannabis videos go to my Patreons or to my patrons. And that's because they're paying for it. You know what I mean? But in order for me to keep functioning like that, I just can't, right? But I'm going to be doing a garden and quilt update probably tomorrow or the next day. And then I might have a cooking video coming out this week. It was not very exciting stuff, folks. I love the quilt you are doing. So beautiful. Please do a tea break at the frame and show the needle you use. Well, okay, Daryl, but that's a little hard, actually, because the needles I'm using are a bunch of dollar store needles because my sharps have all died. Like, eventually I break them. I break needles. And the dollar store ones, I'm breaking 2 needles, 3 needles in a row. So I can't get to any of the stores where I want to go to buy the needles I need. They're all closed, right? I would like that, but I'm really interested in quilting. That's okay. I mean, those people who don't want to don't have to, right? Bev, will you be making mustard pickles this year? I lost my grandma's recipe. Maybe. Maybe. Only because Briar will probably love them. So I'll remind me in harvest season because remember how scattered I get when it's dehydrating and cooking and canning, right? Like I mean, I put the same videos out every year because you guys go, well, what are you doing? It's like, well, pickles. Well, why aren't you videoing the pickles? Because I got 3 other pickle videos, but we want to see the new one. That's the kind of that's the emails I get, right? I don't want to be me first because you're a part of my family. That's why I work at keeping you in the loop with tea breaks and stuff. Because right now things are pretty slow. Cleanup is happening. And, I got actually think about it. I got 1/3 of my garden in because I got the 8 garlic beds and I have my parsnips, my rutabagas, and my onions in. And I'm going to wait and see if we get any snow. And then when that's gone, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to put in my leeks. You're working on 2 right now. Oh, Deborah Gilmore. Can I send you needles? What size? Sure, you can. I would appreciate that. I use number 10 or number 12 sharps, quilting sharps. That's what they're called. Is mustard pickle like a bread and butter pickle, only a different flavor? Well, mustard pickles is usually like green beans or cauliflower and onions and stuff in a mustard brine. And I have clear gel, so I just actually may do that this year because I tried it with cornstarch and it separated in the jar. The stuff separated into water. You know what I mean? Teflon, hi darling. I'm getting there. I've spent epic amounts of time in bed over the last week, and I'm starting to feel like I can, be out of bed for at least 12 hours now. Okay, email me at connectedheartsfamily@gmail.com and ask me for my address, okay? Let me put that in there. And tell me how much it's going to cost you for buying them and shipping them. And and your PayPal, and I will reimburse you. I just can't get out. And I don't have a credit card, so I can't do Amazon, right? Mustard pickles sound like piccalilli. Well, piccalilli is a relish almost. It's like chopped vegetables in it, yeah, right? But there's as many different kinds of pickles as there are people who pickle, right? I mean, everybody has their own little quirky things. Like when I can afford it and I make dill pickles, I use cider vinegar. When I make my relish, I use cider vinegar and brown sugar if I have it, for the most part, because it adds more of a depth of flavor. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make relish this year. Hey, Aces, how's it going? Angela! That's good. You're getting back to normal, Bev. What's normal these days, right? What's normal? It's really difficult sometimes to keep in the flow, right? I mean, anybody who has fibromyalgia knows, all right, that one of the worst things we're accused of is not showing up to family events and stuff like that. Because from one day to the next, right? From one day to the next, we don't know who we're going to be when we try and put our feet on the floor in the morning. Guaranteed, if I'd have had a wedding to go to this week, I would not have made it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we have a tendency to, chronic pain sufferers have a tendency to withdraw from their friends and family because they get angry at us for not showing up. They get frustrated. So it's better not to be involved at all. That's the reality of a chronic pain sufferer. Your closest friends and family, okay? Your closest friends and family don't necessarily understand what it means to be in chronic pain and to wake up one day and go, oh my God, I can't go. I can't go. I mean, for instance, yes, it is organic with mother. I'm missing something. Hey, Kara, is there any way you could do an Amazon wish list so that it comes to you from Canada? Well, I have an Amazon wish list. I have an Amazon wish list. I'm sure I do. Let me look. I'm pretty sure I do. And I'm pretty sure the needles are on it. Hang on a second. So, I mean, hang on a second. I mean, when my nephew, okay, Bev's wish list. Oh, it's empty. Okay, I'll work on that, guys. And I'll put it in the comments below. I'll put it in the comments below after the live stream. But yes, I'll work on a wish list. Thank you. And I appreciate it. I'm not asking people to give me stuff. I'm really not. And I'm not asking for money or tips or anything like that. I just come here because I love you and I want to spend time with you, right? Is it hard to make apple cider vinegar? Hell no. The only thing you need before you start is those little strips that tell you the acidity. You can get them at a winemaker shop or online at Amazon, because you don't want to make the mistake of making your apple cider vinegar too not acidic enough, because if you use it in pickles and stuff, you'll spoil it. So it's a crapshoot without those acidity strips. But no, it's not hard at all. I'm pretty sure I got a video on it somewhere. You never ask for money. We all give you because oh, thank you, sweetheart. Litmus paper. Thank you, Cal Storm. How would we get your wish list? I will post it. I will post it on the community. I will do it as a post, not in the comments. I will do it as a post in the community. Okay? And I'll do it all. I'll put in my PayPal. I'm not asking. I'll put in my PayPal. I'll put in my cookbook, because somebody asked me for my cookbook and I had to put it in here. I'll put everything that's in here, like in the show more info box below. I will put that in the post along with the wish list. Okay. You can speed up making ACV by using wine yeast. Really? Wow. What's your patron name? It's in the show more info box here. It's in the description box below this video is my patron. My patron name is Connected Respectful Hearts, I believe. Let me look here. Show more. Respectful Connected Hearts is what it's called. Oh, thank you, Seashell. Thank you. So what else was I going to tell you besides? Oh, yeah. Okay. So we were talking about chronic pain being totally misunderstood by the people closest to you. And it happens. It really happens. Sometimes all I can do is sit at this computer, right? And so I choose those days for editing. Like, I'm still in pain, and today I'm gonna try and edit the last 3 chapters of not the last 3, the next 3 chapters in Anne of Windy Poplars. Sarah has not sent me the giveaway books yet, so I can't start Grandy's gift yet, because I would like to do a giveaway and send out those books before I begin reading it so that you guys can read along. Well, I mean, it's not just me bringing us together. It's you bringing us together. This isn't me. This is you guys. You're the ones who show up. I just sit here and let you know I'm here. So thank you for that. Oh, let's talk about the chronic pain for one more second. When my nephew Mikey got married, and that's who the quilt is for, it's over a year late, right? But I've been having trouble with my shoulders and my arms and my hands lately. So quilting's getting more difficult. But I remember when I phoned Mikey a couple of days before his wedding, and I said, Mikey, I'm really, really sorry, honey. And I said, I'm really, really sorry, honey. I got some news that I'm not really happy about. And he goes, please, Aunt Bev, tell me you're coming to the wedding. I said, oh, shit, yes. I'm coming to the wedding. I just not going to have the quilts not going to be finished. And he went, oh, take your time with the quilts, just as long as you're coming to the wedding, Aunt Bev. Right? But I was in a really ill place with that pain that they had me on tramadol for, if you remember. But I went to that wedding. But it was hard. It was really hard. I had to go sleep in a strange bed in Toronto in an Airbnb, you know, be in a crowd, which I'm not good with because I'm an empath, right? And family's even harder to be around. Family and crowds is harder to be around than strangers, believe it or not. And I was in pain for days. But I can do that once in a blue moon. I can push through it for something that big, but not all the time. You know what I mean? That's a once a year kind of, okay, I'm gonna really piss off the fibromyalgia now, go to a wedding, you know? Oh, Scott, hi, darling. How are you? Kel Storm says, you guys are my chosen family. Yes. It was a very difficult trip for me, but I would have gone in a wheelchair. See, Wendy's boys and my boys were almost raised together. Okay. Because when Arthur was born, I was a single mom, and Wendy and Marty both worked and asked me if I would come down when he was an infant and spend the summer with them and look after the kids while they worked. And I mean, I'm pretty sure my great niece, Andrew and Jackie's baby, I'm pretty sure they call Arthur uncle and Melanie aunt. I mean, we don't just choose our family, we choose our titles for each other inside our family. I got a lot of family that calls me Aunt Bev who are actually cousins. But the truth is, it's a title of respect, right? Hey, Anna Rowles, how's it going? What's empathy? Oh my God. Empathy is something a narcissist lacks. Empathy is being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes to feel what they're feeling. Okay? Now, an empath is somebody who feels everything that's going on around them if they don't know how to shield themselves. So going to a family function where there's a lot of family members, feelings are a lot more accentuated, right? So an empath, like I used to tell fortunes, not as a joke, but I mean, I did it once. This is where I figured out I could do it. I did it at a wedding, not a wedding, a Halloween party, excuse me. I was at a Halloween, because I've done it at weddings, but I was at a Halloween party. I don't know, how old was I? 18, 19, 20, maybe. And I dressed as a gypsy, and I had a short, curly black wig on, and the silk scarf, and the jewelry, and the peasant dress, and the skirt, and the sandals, and the bangles, and the whole 9 yards. And I won Best Female Costume because I didn't just look the part, I acted it. I went around telling fortunes at the dance. Turns out I knew what I was doing. But I also realized over the years, it's also not just looking at their hands. It's touching the person. It makes a connection. And it's being in their presence. I can tell a lot from what's going on in your emotional state just by sitting with you. You understand? Does that make sense? So I'm an empath. I feel everybody's stuff. And it gets really confusing. Like Howie's learning to express his feelings because there are times when he's having a hard time and it's confusing because I'm not sure where it's directed. Like I can feel he's going through something, or he's down, or he's depressed, or he's upset about something. Now, it may not have anything to do with me, but I still feel it, right? I still feel it. So I have to ask him, has this, what you're going through, got anything to do with me? Because I'm blind where I am for myself. And you go, oh, no, it's just something going on at work, and I'm working through it. Well, okay, and I can let that go, right? But until he tells me, then I don't know, right? It's sometimes extremely hard to be an empath. All the emotions are overwhelming. I get the emotions come across the internet as well. That can be really hard to handle. That's why I responded so explosively to the bitch factory, right? Oh, look, there's 5 thumbs down. That must be they've been and gone. That's why I had such an explosive response, is because I was in the raw. I was totally unguarded when I saw it. And that just, that just sent me through a spiral in a way. When I sleep, I can go into someone else's dream. Really, Rosie? Hey, Helen, how are you, darling? Total sense to me, Bev. Plays havoc at times. Absolutely. You're welcome, Mama. Been looking for days. Respectful, connected hearts. What have you been looking for, honey? The Patreon? The Patreon, what is in the show more description box below this video is my Patreon, my TikTok, my Tumblr, my Blurb, and PayPal, right? And after this live stream, I will put in, what was it else you wanted me to put in there? Oh, yeah, I got to do a list. I got to do a list. Bev, I'm the same way. I feel it through the screen and know things. Yep. Well, I mean, everybody has empathy. Everybody has empathy. It's the ability to be able to put yourself in somebody else's emotional shoes so that you can form an understanding and maybe even help, or just be there to be understanding. An empath feels it all. That's why crowds are so hard. That's why family events are really hard. Like, I think Briar's an empath and doesn't even know it, Being an empath can be unfortunate. I know how they feel about me. Sometimes it's not nice. Well, Jackie, you know what? Empaths have a responsibility to everyone around them. This is why so many people are considered bipolar, right? Because they're really super uber duper empaths. Bipolar disorder is a constant reaction of negative and positive, up and down, all over the place. If you can't shield yourself, now I'm not saying bipolar disorder is not a chemical illness. Yes, it is. But what I am saying is many a person has been diagnosed or misdiagnosed. Not everybody, but many a person has been misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder or borderline personality disorder because they are empaths. And they have not been taught how to shield themselves. And they have not been taught how to ground and center, right? Oh, okay. Right. You mean the Facebook page. All right, hang on a second. The Facebook page, I know it's gone all over the place. So let me just go to the groups here. And let me go to, it's called Respectful Hearts. Okay, there's the home. Here we go. And let me just put it into the show more info box here. That is the Facebook page. Okay? Let me get back here. Excuse me, my snuffing and snorting. Bless you, darling! Wow! I could hear a sneeze all the way from the garage, and he's in the garage. I guess connected friends or whatever, if it doesn't have the respectful, if it doesn't have the rainbow chain of hearts or circle of hearts, then it's not us. That's what I mean to say. That's why we are all drawn to Bev. We relate. Well, we gotta have each other's backs, man. Right? I can finally sit down between doing granddaughter's haircut and splat. Turquoise, it's on now. What's a cut and splat? Did I miss something there? Dream a closer. Hi, darling. As a massage therapist, I had to learn not to take on my patient's sorrow or pain. It was wearing me out. Now I can help heal their memories and physical pain can go away. There you go. Hubby and I just love you. He said he heard it too. Oh, you heard how he sneezed? Holy crap. Bev, do you make your own hamburger and hot dog buns? No. You know why? But I should try because we only eat hot dogs and hamburgers like twice a month. So it's really, but I might if you want to see a video. Oh, bleach, haircut, and color. Okay. Hi, Lori Lumax. It's been a long time. How are you, darling? So, yeah. So being on the internet like this is one way that I can meet with folks and communicate with folks. And do you want to try an experiment? Do you want to try an experiment? Okay, then Pam, I will work on that this week if I can. Okay, no real promise of videos until next week. Okay, I sneeze loud. I can't help it. Sometimes I go chew. Sometimes I go chew. Yeah, you never know what's going to come out with a sneeze. All right, let's try an experiment. Somebody ask me a question. Pretend I'm going to do your tarot cards. So ask me something, but don't be specific. All right? And let's see if how well I can do. Now remember, there's a lot of us here. So I may get a mixed message. All right? But somebody asked me. I gave away my tarot cards. But there's always something you can use. Let's do some writing. Let's do that. Oh, Scott, seriously? Rosie Slade, will I ever get married? Not until they come. Does that make sense? I'm getting that you had a chance to marry somebody that would have been your one true love, and you said no, and they haven't come back yet. Does that make sense? Jesus, Silver Philly. I'm getting between 2 and 3. But I see a crowd behind. So you must have a lot of extended children. Oh, Kel, this isn't a party trick, sweetheart. I can't tell you what you're sitting on. It's more of an emotional thing, right? Is my dad happy since he passed? When did he pass? I need a time frame for that. Um oh wow, there's just so many questions coming at me. Angie Mack, should me and my husband buy a house? Yes. Always invest in your future, but only if you can afford it. But make sure you have lots of money down because it's going to get harder to make mortgage payments in the next year or two. Does that make sense? Um, oh, snow in Minnesota. Well, did I think you need to charge your talent. Charge for your talent. Was I right? November. Okay. November 2019. Your dad's a relatively young soul. He has decided to come back. He has decided he's not finished yet. But as for who he was when he passed, he was shown the light and it was beautiful for him, but he went into the tunnel and he's coming back. Okay, does that make sense? He's got something left undone. That does not mean he's going to be a ghost. It means he's coming back to live life again, to fix something that somewhere in the path of time he has not quite completed yet. Does that make sense? Snow in Saskatchewan. Is a move in home in sight? Is a move in home in sight? I'm not sure I understand the question. Should I go back to school, start a new career or new job in what I know? Well, that's a given, Autumn Leaf. I don't have to go into the realm for that. But should I go back to school, start a new career or new job in what you know? Yes, if it's also what you love. Because that will fuel you, right? And when we do something that we love, we are always fueling our own engine. Does that make sense? Is your dad alive or dead? I I see um, giving up, addiction, and he is dead to you. Does that make any sense? Hi, Aldo. How's it going? Nana's Menagerie. Where are you? Utter Chaos Hobby Farm. Where's Nana's Menagerie? Oh, I looked away, didn't I? Hey, darling, I have 4 grandkids and 2 steps and grandchildren. Well, there you go. Nana's Menagerie. Omi is good. Up to mischief as always. She will be back here in a couple of weeks. Oh, we want to see more of Omi. Can she be my Omi too? I wanted to ask her that. Snow isn't allowed in Ontario. It's a total lockdown. Well, try and tell the snow that, right? Pam Robertson, if given the chance, I'm jumping right back into the game. I have many things left I need and want to do. Just be careful. Just be careful. For the simple reason is you may not have, you're not going to have control over the circumstances that you jump right back into. And those circumstances may often be nasty. So coming back is a really tough decision for a lot when it comes to that. You know, when you go to the light, there's a pull, you know, they want you into the light, right? But when you go into the light, it's either a vagina at the other end or the beyond, right? And that's a choice you make once you go into the light. Wow, where did that come from? I will go and get my VA home loan stuff ready. Listen to me. Listen to me here. Don't take anything I say as gospel. For the love of Christ, don't do that. I'm just answering questions that are bouncing back at me, right? You're welcome, Autumn Leaf. I will get the property I'm wishing for. Well, yes, we'll manifest that shit. Manifest that. Okay? You know, write it on your hand, what your thing is, and look at it every day. And then put your hands together and send that out to the universe. Manifest it. Know what you want, what you need, and what is right for you, and then decide to go for it. Okay? But don't just do, I should do this and go willy-nilly. Do your research, make a plan, and then go forward with confidence. Okay, Ginger Gargoyle. Might be back, though. Hubby home from out of town. Oh, well, go be with your hubby. Absolutely. I've been turning over my soil with my horses all week. Wow. Wish you could come and do mine, Aldo. Just asking if you had any insight. No problem. Make a vision board. Oh, that's a good one. I still don't know where I'm going from here, because I've had a real spiritual paradigm shift going on in my life for the last year. And everything in my life is up in the air. And I'm not talking about all my daily stuff. That's only part of it. But everything I am feels like it's about to shift. Does that make sense? And when I started TikTok, I was like, right? And then I started, scrolling through TikTok, because believe it or not, I just scroll through past the negative crap. Like someone said, have you seen this? And it's this National Rape Day thing in April. It's like, no, I don't even. The moment you stop and scroll and look at something negative is when you are giving it energy. Does that make sense? So when you give your attention to something negative, you're giving it your energy. If you get angry at that after it grabbing your attention, you're feeding it more energy, right? So I scroll through TikTok and I see, tarot readers and empaths and all kinds of stuff. But every time I've stopped on one, it said, big things are coming. There's a massive change coming in your life, and it's going to be for the better. Your true talents are going to come out. All this stuff. Now, do I believe TikTok? Not necessarily. But do I believe that I randomly scrolled and found these? Absolutely. So maybe the universe is trying to tell me something. I got kicked off the last live stream. You might want to check the automatic comment rater. I'll write a mail later. Okay, sweetheart. I have words they're not allowed to use in my comments. But maybe that might be a problem. So thank you, honey. We are in a paradigm shift. Thank you for verifying that, Mary Jane. I'm outside feeding the chickens. Then I got to go serve dessert. Okay, Aldo, you take care, and don't overdo it with the tilling, okay? Every day is a new day. But if you use eggs from today's basket, tomorrow you're going to be flat on your back. And that's precisely what I did with all these giveaway videos. All the stuff came in at once, right? Yeah, what's for dessert? Better things are coming. Panettone with chantilly cream. Hi, Plaid Nanny. Bev, it's that setting that might be kicking people from using emoji or repeating a message. I will check. Thank you, honey. How are you? Are you feeling better? Because we haven't seen you much and everybody's been asking. I was booted earlier, but it was my overzealous caps. So anyway, we're coming up on an hour. Did everybody's get their questions answered? I can only imagine what the bitch factory is going to make of me be doing this on there, right? They're going, oh, she's not a Christian because she says she's an empath. You know what I mean? Um, yes, there is a whole paradigm shift. It's like tectonic plates of our lives all over the world are shifting, and they are shifting. It's like everything's an earthquake right now. Our entire world, socially, physically, religiously, spiritually, mentally, everything is in a shifting thing. We don't necessarily feel it physically, but we're feeling it mentally and emotionally. All the crap that's going on in the world. I just remembered the live and I'm way late. Hey, homesteader chick, how's it going? Hello, Kathy Wills. I stay on a little bit longer when more people show up, only because the people who got their answers have left, but there's new people coming in and, I have the data for it. Not mine, Bev. Wonder if it will get into a single home, not another apartment. Okay, what was the question? You wonder if you will get into a single home, not another apartment. That's your choice. You're going to have a choice. You're going to have a choice between the two, and one will depend on your finances, and the other will depend on what makes you feel comfortable and safe and happy in your home. I am late. My question, will I beat cancer again? One way or another. Yep. I'm sorry if that sounds trite and fast, but that's exactly what came up. One way or another, yes. Tectonic plates of life. Banana and cream pie. Oh no. It is spring. Look for a new beginning. Absolutely. This is the time of year. Oh, and there is a pink supermoon coming. Let me see if it's on here. Oh, God, right. Oh, let's do the other calendar. Yeah, folks, I swear I got the dementia because I got calendars everywhere. First quarter, full moon. So on the 26th of this month, there is a pink supermoon full moon. Okay? This is really big for those of us who like crystals and water. I mean, I wish my pool would be up by then, but it won't be because I can't afford to have it filled just yet. But there's a pink supermoon. So if you're going to put out crystals to charge or water to charge, and remember, we're 75% water. So if you can go and sit outside under the full moon, you can charge yourself, right? Big, big, big for those who want to charge crystals and water, the 26th of April, right? Being in an allotment, I can't view any of that moon stuff. Why? We are to be having a natural disaster next Sunday-ish. I don't know where for sure. Oh, shit. I hope it's not here. When you say we, do you mean as a world or as a country, Teflon? April 26th, pink full moon, guys. Charge your crystals in your water. What, you didn't think I had crystals? I got a crystal ball, baby, and my husband bought that for me. Almost set my house on fire because I put it in the window to charge by sunlight one day, and then I forgot to take it out. And it actually worked like a magnifying glass and melted one of my plant pots as a world. Oh. Yeah, everybody thinks that the pandemic is the real issue. It's not. It's not. So I've learned how to make yummy things with diabetes. Well, sure you can. You can make things with honey and maple syrup. You can make things with lots of fruit and low sugar. But please, please, please do yourself a favor. Do not use artificial sweeteners. Not if they're white. Okay? Because if you're diabetic, you will confuse your body when you go, okay, I'll just have a little treat. this time. But if you've been using artificial sweeteners, your body goes, oh, yeah, okay, I'm enjoying the sugar, but no spike. And then you eat something with actual sugar in it, and your body goes, what the hell was like that? And it's like dropping an atomic bomb of sugar in your body. So either or, reduce your sugar right down, and your whites and your carbs and your fats, or use artificial sweeteners. Don't do both, please. Don't use sugar and artificial sweeteners ever, ever, ever. I'm getting a crystal ball this week. Found the one I want. I'm here often but get timed out, so I'm not going to use a single emoji or cap today. Oh, I'm going to check into that. Bev, hey, Mary Cook. Came in too early, but I'm back. It's cold in Northwest Arkansas today. Tuesday morning, 28 degrees. Ooh. Bev, can you read tea leaves or use a crystal ball? Absolutely. Mary Jane's better at reading tea leaves than I am. I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I will be right back. Please excuse me. Oh. Yes, I washed my hands. I'm not good as good at tea leaves as Mary Jane is. Okay, I heard whistling and was looking around me trying to figure out who was doing. It was me. I just didn't want to hear me tinkle. I'm still forcing myself to work because of finances, but it's getting harder. And I can't afford to have no income for 2 years. Honey, we're all empaths, Malka. It's just to different powers. This is a huge problem in the world. People are lacking empathy. Okay? Let me think about this for a minute. Everybody has empathy, unless you're a narcissist. Because narcissists, honest to God, do not know, physically and mentally cannot put themselves in somebody else's position. Not fully. They can't emotionally empathize with other people's feelings. That's why, they're such manipulative, nasty people. They can be very manipulative and nasty people. They can be very wonderful people. But life is all about them. Period. Full stop. And yes, I've been accused of being a narcissist. Pretty sure. Nah, I can't be an empath and a narcissist at the same time. So make up your mind. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to the person who somebody just shot an arrow at me. Hey, Joe Mama, how's it going? Where do you get your stevia seeds? Oh, that's a good question, because if you want your own stevia, you can grow it, and then you can boil it, right? You can grow it. Like, you can powder it and add it to your herbal teas. Like, you can dry your stevia, powder it, and add it to your herbal teas, like an herb itself. Not necessarily powder it, or let's just grind it like a tea leaf, right? Or you can boil it, and then, until all the water is green, then strain it, then dehydrate that, and what you get is the byproduct. It's going to be green, not white, because you don't bleach it, but there are ways. I would love to get some stevia plants. My spearmint didn't, Sue Walters, my spearmint didn't come up. Candy, Bev, my son is a legit narcissist, and I have been trying for 15 years to teach him to put himself in other shoes. It's a physical impossibility. It's a physical impossibility because the only way they can think of somebody else or their situation is by making it about them. Okay, well, it's like, I'm talking about, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. My husband used to do that all the time and I divorced him, right? But I mean, they can identify to a certain degree, but they can't empathize. That's where they're broken. Hey, Ahmad, happy Sunday, darling. Yesterday, I watched the funeral of Prince Philip. It was very nice, but sad. He was 99 years old. The sadness will be for the Queen. He's been in her life since she was a teenager, since before they got married, long before they got married. He thinks the world revolves around him. Well, maybe that could be because if he's a teenager, that's just standard. They don't really, or you get some people are truly empathic, like Briar. As a child, emotions for him were really, I'm so glad he's not medicated. I remember once we went, and where we lived in Ontario, his aunt and uncle on his biological father's side, Arthur's biological aunt and uncle were picking him up to take him out to visit his father in New Brunswick, his bio dad. And so we met them at an exit on the highway, Briar and I did. And we put him in the car and I gave him a hug and we said, hey, to Clarence and Jane. God rest your soul, Clarence. We said goodbye to Clarence and Jane, and I felt really safe, giving them. And when we got back into I had a big old 1987 Buick LeSabre estate wagon. The thing was a monster. I'd love to drag it today if I had it. Anyway, Briar watched the car go away, and he went, and he got in the car, and I said, what's the matter, baby? And he goes, I'm going to miss Arthur, and he's not going to have me, and he's going to be by himself. And I said, no, it's okay, baby. Arthur needs to go out and be with his dad. How would you feel if you didn't get to see daddy, for a long time at a time? And he goes, right? And then all of a sudden, as we're pulling out of the parking lot, a mouse popped up from under the hood, right across my windshield. And Briar was immediately, oh my goodness, look at the mouse. And the tears ended and he was smiling. And I said, don't you think that's a happy moment for everybody? Because, the mouse didn't get chewed up in my motor, right? But he was like, yeah. But I mean, he's always, he could tune out. This is where the spectrum comes in. He could tune out, completely tune out, or he could tune in so deep it was an emotional volcano in him, right? This is where people think that it's ADD, ADHD, or personality disorder, or whatever, right? No, he's just really sensitive. He's an empath. The Queen has been one of the most strong and resilient women I've ever seen. She will be very tough to ever replace. Oh yeah, it's all downhill from here. Seriously. Mary J, I love that thing. It had a rumble seat. It could seat 8 people with seat belts. 8. And the back door on it either went down or opened like a door, and then the rumble seat came up and there were 2 seats with seat belts. I went through 3 transmissions with that car because I used to deliver Sears catalogs. Um, yeah, times have changed. Hey, Rob the Matrix guy. Good afternoon, Mrs. I was a year ago today that there was a mass shooting in Nova Scotia. 22 people shot. Yeah. Wow. Was that a year ago? Was that the guy who dressed up like the cop in the cop car? Or because that's the one I remember. Was that actually a year ago? So much is going on in the world that it's really hard for us to focus on what's important and real. And has been before World War II. Crazy stuff. Yeah, my parents used to joke that they were keeping up with the royal family with kids. A year ago today. Was that the one am I right about which one it is? Because we don't get a lot of mass shootings around here. Yeah, I will miss the Queen when she dies. I will miss the Queen because she's been a part. I mean, when I was a kid, her picture was on our classroom wall, right? I mean, we're not part of the monarchy anymore. We're just, we have a governor general and she reports to the Queen, but it's like an honorary thing. It's not, there isn't a whole lot done, right? Hey, Marie Dunn. Yeah, absolutely. Why focus on the dead of the living? I'm not sure I understand that statement. Seems there are mass events all over anymore. Rob the Matrix guy. Yes, we had a province-wide moment of silence. Right. Yeah. And they want gun control. Let's not get into it, kiddies. Let's not get into it. Okay? Because everybody knows that I hold a valid license, valid hunting license, and I've taken all my gun safety courses. Okay? So people who take all their courses and do the safety courses, which I passed an entire weekend of doing these courses, I passed with 100%. Okay? I'm a gun owner. So gun control just wants to take the guns out of the hands of people like me so that the only guns in the country will be guns that are brought in and bought illegally. And gun control really, in reality, is register your firearm, take the safety courses, and be above board. That's all gun control should be. Anything else is infringing on our rights. Eli is like Breyer. Yeah. Canada is part of the Commonwealth, but it's honorary. Okay? We became an official country. What year was it? 1976 or 73? Somewhere around there. Hey, Ann Lewis. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. You started freezing with this conversation. Of course I have. Because I'm running on data. So what's happening is YouTube's getting in. They're hearing words and they're seeing words in the chat. I'm going to watch that, Rosie, the Crown, because my cousin Mary Jane said it was really good. What should I do with spearmint grows back every year next to my house? Tea? Or you mean getting rid of it? Don't plant mint of any kind or oregano unless you want it to take over the bed. Always put them in a place where they're allowed to grow wild. I lost it in a boating accident. You lost what? Oh, in a boating accident? Wow. Anyway, look, guys, it's been an hour and 15 minutes, and people think these live streams are too long as it is. Q Kitchen and Beyond, I am sub to your channel, but I am sure there is another way I can securely send you my mailing address. Yeah, you can send it to me through Connected Hearts Family at gmail.com. Now let me make sure it's a long one. Connected Hearts Family. Yes, there's my email. Okay. Hey, thank you, Aces. Okay, it's been an hour and 15 minutes, and it's time for us to close. Now, and the sun's coming out just a little bit. Mrs. Bev, don't go there with the boomstick issue. You'll get silenced. Yeah, we're not going to talk about it. So, yeah, we all know that censorship is alive and well on social media, right? Thank you, Nana. All right, listen. For all those who care to, please help me close with our spiritual push of light to the world. Okay? If you don't want to stay, you don't have to. No judgment at all. This is a time when no matter what our faith is, as long as it is love-based, we come together and link hearts and link hands and let our higher power fuel our circle so that we can push out some light to push back at the darkness. Remember, folks, dark and light, we can't have one without the other. But we need to maintain our side. You know what I mean? So don't pay attention to what I call my higher power. You do you, and I'll do me, okay? All right, so we've given enough time for all the people who don't want to stay. They can leave. Okay, awesome, no judgment. Okay. Let's take a nice deep breath. Oh, great spirit. Original spirit from which my spark came. Thank you for bringing us all together today. Thank you for the sunshine and the positive vibes and coming out in force with my friends and my YouTube family. Well, let's just not say friends. We'll just say YouTube family. So we can all come together and meet and love and support each other. It's a really important day for us, God. But there's a lot of people out there, God, that don't have a voice. And if they have a voice, they don't know how to use it. There's a lot of people out there who are subject to illness, isolation, rejection, addiction, sadness, not understanding that there is a higher power for them. God, we lift those people up to you through the clouds and through the darkness that is surrounding our ever-shifting world today. And we give those people to you, God, even the negative Nellies, because those are issues that we can love and support, but we can't handle. And that's your job, God. So we're going to give them to you. Let the sunshine of your love pour down over them like warm honey and butter on toast. And let them feel it, even if they don't understand what it is. But for the rest of us, God, we're going to link hearts and link hands, and we're going to feel that energy pumping into our circle, and it's going woof, 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 until we get to the point where we have to let it a boom! Big push of spiritual light comes out of us and pushes back at the darkness that surrounds our world today. And we're going to lock that in place until we meet again. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Amen. Namaste. Miigwech. Peace be with you. Merry meet, blessed be, whatever your thing is. Thank you for sharing it with us. Okay? And the world. I love you guys. And we'll see you again next Sunday. Self enough not to acceptable behavior, if nothing else. Take care. God bless.